Today I wanted to share with you 10 unidentified murder victims that were found in Florida. I figured some unidentified murder victims, don't have a lot of information to them, so instead of having a very short video, I figured I'll just put some together and make a list out of it. So it's still in the same format as you're used to with CreepyNews, although hopefully it's about subjects that you actually haven't heard about before, so it's not a similar list to anyone else. So let's begin. The body of a male aged 11 to 14 was found floating in a pond on May 7th, 1972. He had been stabbed to death 3 to 4 days before and was already decomposed when he was found, preventing the assessment of his eye color. The victim was white, at a height of 5 feet 2 inches tall, and weighed around 110 to 120 pounds. He had dark, wavy hair and had no evidence of dental work, as his teeth were in very good condition. On his right leg, a benign tumor was found and the bones of his feet had fused together. Both of these traits were caused by different conditions, but would not likely have symptoms. He wore a denim jacket, a red and white striped shirt, grey pants, brown socks and one black shoe with a silver buckle. The latter articles of clothing were presumed to be dress clothes. The boy had a wallet with visible paint drops in his back pants pocket, although it is unknown if it assisted with finding clues about the victim's identity. The body was exhumed in 2013 to collect DNA. On September 4th, 1979, a young woman's body was found lying in an apartment complex parking lot next to a dumpster. She was believed to have died just hours before leaving her face in a recognizable condition. She had not been murdered at that location and had likely been killed at a different area. Her eyes were described to be hazel, although the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System states that they were a grayish green. Her hair was strawberry blonde and she was at a height of 5 feet 5 to 5 feet 8 inches tall, with a weight of 120 pounds. She was between 17 and 25 years old at the time of her death. On her calves, burns were found, possibly from coming in contact with tailpipes from riding on a motorcycle. The victim also had acne on her face and some fillings in her mouth. The body was found clad in a white t-shirt, a yellow scarf with flower designs and blue jeans. Recent developments in her case have turned up the possibility that she may have been an Ohio runaway named Tina with the nickname Sheba. However, no information has been published if this lead has had results. A female of African ancestry, aged 16 to 26, was discovered within a day of her death on February 3rd, 1981. The female had been beaten to death, as numerous injuries were noted on her body and was then left in a Japanese garden. She was clothed, wearing a white beige shirt, blue jeans, and white undergarments, the bottoms with the words "Rest Area Visitors Welcome." The young woman had a gap between her two front incisors and she had bleached her kinky black hair blonde in some places. She was estimated to be 5 feet 2 inches tall and to have weighed 90 pounds. On February 3rd, 1984, the skeleton of a male aged 17 to 28 was found in South Bay, Palm Beach County, Florida. It is believed that he had died within a year of this body being found. The victim was approximately 5 feet 9 inches to 6 feet tall, with a weight at around 110 to 130 pounds. He was found clothed. He wore blue underwear underneath a pair of white swim trunks and white socks with a blue stripe. Analysis of his bones indicated he had broken some ribs weeks before his murder, and he had also suffered trauma to his right hand that failed to heal properly, which may have distorted the way his thumb looked. The young man had fillings in his teeth and had one of his back teeth extracted a year or more before. The cause of death was ruled as homicide, as he had been struck with a blunt object in the back of his head. The body of a young white woman aged 18 to 35 was located face down in a canal. On February 18, 1984, the woman wore only shorts, although the possibility of her being sexually assaulted has not been confirmed. The Jane Doe stood at 5 feet 4 inches and was 120 pounds, with curly blonde or strawberry blonde hair and hazel eyes. She had a gap between her front teeth, which may pose an important role in identifying her. She had been strangled around 2 days before her body was located. It is possible that she was murdered by Christopher Wilder. On April 18, 1984, a 17 to 20-year-old female was found in the woods several weeks after she died. Her remains were severely decomposed and had mostly been skeletonized. She was approximately 5 feet to 5 feet 5 feet 1 inch tall and weighed between 90 and 110 pounds. The victim had straight light brown to auburn hair and is believed to be white. She wore a black shirt reading "Here Comes Trouble," a whitish shirt with the words "Have you kissed your child tonight?" Jeans, tan shoes with blue trim, tan underwear, and a gold necklace. She may have fractured 2 of her ribs during her life, which may assist in identifying her. It is known that her left ear was pierced, but she wore no earring when found. Decomposition prevented knowing if the other ear was pierced. She had also painted her nails an orange red. After a dental exam, she was found to have been missing 2 teeth on the top jaw and had some that were discolored, a reddish purple color. The victim may have been new to the area, as initial reports state. On January 5th, 1988, the body of a young male was discovered inside a hotel room in Miami. The victim, aged 16 to 21, was 5 feet 6 inches and weighed 145 to 153 pounds. The boy had blonde hair, gray or brown eyes, and had scars on his wrists, hands, and on his right thigh. Claiming he was a foster child native to New York selling magazines, the John Doe had given some his name, Robert Copland, with associated nicknames. However, investigators are unable to verify that it was his actual name. The boy wore a white shirt with a flag design, jeans and ankle-high socks. No dental fillings or signs of orthodontic treatment were observed. As his teeth were described to have appeared fairly healthy, he was previously believed to have been missing person Chester Wetmore, but he was ruled out after their fingerprints were compared. The body of a 16 to 25-year-old female was found around the day of her death, on February 15, 1991. She had been strangled, beaten, and left in the woods in the Bahia Honda State Recreation Area. Authorities also suspect that she may have been raped. The victim wore multiple earrings in each ear, had dark eyes and brown hair as well as 2 tattoos, one being a heart on her left arm reading "Love" and the other a small cross on the left hand. She likely wore a striped blue and red sweater, jeans, and moccasins decorated with turquoise beads, which were found near the body. The clothing that she wore indicated she was not from the area, as well as the fact that she didn't have any tan lines. Other distinguishing characteristics include stretch marks on her stomach and sized presence on her fallopian tubes and ovaries. She may have also been pregnant at one time in her life. The victim was 5 feet 4 inches and weighed 145 pounds. Her face and clothing were reconstructed into a composite image in 1993 and was later reconstructed by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. On March 22, 1977, the skeleton of a male between 17 and 25 years old was found in Summerfield, Florida. He was probably white, although he may have been descended from someone of the Caribbean race. His hair had been dyed and his clothing was described as fashionable, indicating that he may have lived in an upper-class family. He was wearing a red long-sleeved shirt, dark trousers, and black boots. His belt was leather and had a distinctive buckle that was white and contained a circular stone. However, his remains indicated that he may have not been well nourished when he was younger. Little money was found in his clothes. His teeth showed no signs of restorations. A possible bullet wound was present on the skull, and a bullet casing was found at the scene. This one has a pretty creepy sketch, doesn't it? It's actually about a baby that was found. The decomposing remains of an infant were found on May 23, 1996. The child was female, approximately 1 to 1.5 feet tall, and weighed around 5 pounds. Her body was concealed in a multicolored blanket that appeared to be made in a Mexican or Native American design. The baby was white with Hispanic characteristics, as she had dark hair. Also at the scene, 4 other blankets, a red bucket, and a sweater were located. The infant was approximately 3 weeks to 2 months old when she died, several days before her body was found by a man collecting cans along a road, which was near Interstate 27. Her case is being treated as a murder, as her lower and upper jaws were fractured. Her footprints were compared to many taken at local hospitals, but none matched. The last one actually sounds really disturbing, man. If someone kills a baby, that's just so messed up. And that little baby was so defenseless, and still someone probably got away with murdering a baby even. These other people, it's sad as well. But for some reason, the baby one makes me even feel more sick. to my stomach. These were 10 unidentified murder victims from Florida, and there are probably many more obscure cases of people that were never identified when they were murdered. So, who is responsible for killing these people? You tell me. And maybe soon I'll share another list from a totally different area.